Today we're going to make peanut brittle.
Yes.
Go through it step by step.
The first thing I do is grease the pan with an abundance of, I use oleo, but you can use butter or anything you want, but oleo is the cheapest. And you don't want this, after you get it made, stuck to this pan. This is a terribly old pan, but it works fine, and I've used it for years. And that's all I use it for, is peanut brittle. As you can see, I'm putting quite a bit in here. But then when it gets ready to break it up, it's no problem because all this butter's underneath it to let it get right out. There's not many. You put 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of syrup, and half a cup of water. This is ready to go for when the peanut brittle's cooked. The next step I do is 2 tablespoons of butter in a little pan. And you melt this butter, and then you add 2 teaspoons. And to my little girls in Canada, a little T means teaspoons and a big T means tablespoons. So as soon as that butter is melted, we're going to put 2 teaspoons of soda in it. And I'm ready to put a tablespoon or a cup of sugar. This is my pan to cook the peanut. And there will be 1 cup of peanuts. And I always make them in abundance. I heap up the cup so they have plenty of peanuts in there.
You always cook everything on high.
Yeah, I do. But when you get to cooking that, and there'll be a half cup of syrup, put in the sugar. And as you can see, I'm doing several things at one time, but I've done it for years. I can't even remember when I didn't make peanut brittle. And my mother made taffy. And she never left the recipe with anybody. So when she was gone, nobody could make the taffy. And it was part of our Christmas to have taffy. So when I'm gone, you're all going to know how to make peanut brittle. There's the melted butter and the soda, which makes it crumbly.
And how much soda? 2?
No. 2 teaspoons. Little spoons. Now my half a cup of syrup. I put it in the sugar and sort of scrape it out, because then I'm going to put a half a cup of water.
So after you melt the butter, you just set it aside in the back.
That's right. Won't need it until right at the end. Before I start cooking this, though, I rinse this cup out a little bit. And then I want this to be ice cold. So I put a little, this is going to be to test the soft ball stage. So I leave that in there for just a little bit to make it very cold. Now I've got my water and syrup in here. And we're putting it to cook. Now I'll put my soda back in the cupboard. out of the way. Sugar back. And I haven't quite got this pan ready here for my all kind of ways you can get this so you spread it around, but sometimes I put it on top of here so it kind of melts a little. Okay, I can get that ice out of here now. You cook this to a soft ball stage when you put it in water. It says you cook this, your water and your syrup and your sugar until it's a soft ball stage in cold water. It doesn't take very long. We should have timed this.
Well, I'm not going to stop the camera, so they'll know.
Oh, they'll know. Okay. You did stop it. You haven't stopped it.
Nope, I'm not going to stop the camera until we actually break up the stuff.
I always worry every time I make it if it's going to be ripe. No matter, I've already this season made at least 6 or 7 batches because I've got it made for everybody. You can show under the tree. Here's Benita's and Linda's. And or Benita's and Randy's, and I put it in little tin cans for everybody. The Pope's is over there on the dining table. Now this is the way I test this. Put a little in there. Nope, it isn't ready yet because it just dissolves.
But it should ball up like it's like
yep, I'll show them how it is.
A little piece of glue or something.
Yep. And in fact, I've got so the more I make it a little harder because then it doesn't have to cook that long. Because I'm stirring it constantly. But an overall deal doesn't take that long. You can kind of tell when it gets to thickening.
And doesn't it kind of turn brown or something?
Well, when you get your peanuts in it and it gets to the end, that's when it turns kind of tan or brown. And I've made a whole bunch and it's all about the same. Let's see what this does now. No, now it forms a little ball, see, like this. But I'm letting it cook a little bit more. See, that's a little ball. So I could stop right there. But if you let it just cook a little bit more, then you're not. Then you dump a big cup of peanuts in it. And you can see this, the syrup is crystal clear till it gets where you... And this is what I think takes probably about 5 minutes. I'm not sure. I've never timed it.
Well, we're about 10 minutes into the recording now. So
Are we?
you've been working on it 10 minutes.
Okay. But that entailed buttering the pan and all kind of stuff, didn't it?
Yeah.
Kinda. And melting the butter. And boy, melting with the soda, that's what causes your crunchiness.
That's what makes the center bubble up.
Yep. I think you've helped make it.
Yep, I've stirred it before. I can't believe you do it with that tiny little spoon. I burned my hand last time.
Well, that's a tablespoon.
Well, I know, but you've got asbestos fingers or something. I don't know.
I think Alan could make it with no problem. I got a little box over there for you to take for your friends if you want to give them a taste. Isn't it embarrassing to just give them a little piece?
Well, they always want more. But do you judge it from the color?
Yes, and this is certainly not done. See, it's white. And you don't, this is a trick right here. I don't think Janice ever, well, I don't know how often she made it, but it wasn't done. And it clings to your teeth, and gosh, can't eat it. I took 2 big plates yesterday to the senior center because we had our big sale and craft fair. And boy, it didn't even get to the table. Somebody put a price on it and they were sold. So this is a time it seems it takes quite a little bit.
You've only gone 2 minutes since you put the peanuts
No,
in.
it'll take about 4 at least, or 5. The reason you want your heat on high, well, you know it always goes up and down anyway. Now you can see it's starting to get a little bit of tan. And this is always what I'm not sure how much longer to go. As you can see, it's getting, they always say till these slip, start slipping off the peanuts and a light brown. See how light it's getting? And right here it gets real tricky, see? See how light it is? But it's starting to turn brown. I'm going to take it off. And into the middle of this, I pour this and scrape every bit of that soda out. See it? Look how it bubbles up in that pan. Right now is when I have to really stir it, and I usually go like this so I don't burn myself. And you get that butter folded in. See, there's your peanut brittle. Just the way it should look. Just right. And I try to scrape out as much as I can. See how it bubbles up? That's your soda in your butter. John Pope, I know, will learn to make this. Or Kristen. But it's not easy, and you can very easily not have the success. But I've made it for years, and that's why. But every time I wonder if it's going to be right. But looking at the color of it, it is going to be. There you are. Doesn't that look pretty?
Yep. That took about 4.5 minutes while you were after you put in the
that's what I
peanuts.
figured. I don't put much of this out of the pan. And then I put water in the pan and put it back on the stove because you've got to clean all this out.
It's hard to get that out of the pan, so that's the way you clean
Now
the pan.
Bruce will see that I've tried to take that off the knife, which isn't smart.
Oh yeah, he'll cuss you for that.
And when this boils up, well, then the pan and the spoon will all be clean. And you can turn it off and we can turn it back on when we break it up.
No, let's just keep it rolling. That way everybody will know how long it takes because it'll take about 7 to 10 minutes to cool down.
Yeah, if you want to run the whole thing.
Well, that way if we don't turn it off, they could actually play the DVD and make it like a few minutes after us and then keep up with us.
That's fine. And you can take pictures of my Christmas trees.
Ooh, there we go.
I've had this tiny little tree for years, so I get it out. And it's all decorated, so I don't have to do a thing. And this one over here has things from the kids when they were small, things I've collected over the years. I had a friend that made all these little doilies. And just, there's things, and it's all decorated. Then I have one more over here. Bruce cleaned my glass to my fireplace. Alan usually gets that job. Here's my third little tree. All of them are just decorated, and I bring them up from the basement. I've even got one out on the deck. I'll go out and put it on where it's supposed to be. And show them my new birdhouse, because the squirrels tore up the other one. So I got a new birdhouse.
We even tried to make the hook twice as high so that they couldn't get up to it, but those damn squirrels.
I don't think he's getting up. See all the white stuff that I put on the...
She greases the pole.
Yeah, so the squirrels fall down if they try to get up there.
Hey, there's the glider I redid.
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, this glider that Alan did.
Yep.
Refinished. Well, now you've seen my house all decorated for Christmas. And the cardinals that Janice gave me. And she gave me this because the year I went up in a balloon, she said I needed a balloon for Christmas. Well, that's my balloon. And it doesn't take very long for, I use Grandma Van Petten's spatula that is very, very thin. It goes under the...
So in other words, I need special tools to do this job.
Well, I don't know. But I just happened to find this and look how limber. But I put a little butter on it and start going under the edges and see it's not ready yet. But it doesn't take very long.
It cools off pretty fast.
Yeah.
Now I noticed you put it on a towel underneath it.
You don't need to, but...
You did that just to kind of protect your cutting board or whatever?
Yeah. I never know.
But you start scooping up butter or margarine, and you start kind of putting it underneath the edges of it as you start prying it up.
And that may be almost too brown. I'll get some out. I'll always get some out. I maybe see what they look like. This is Benita's. See, it's a tiny bit lighter, but I usually taste the same. So you know it just is getting barely tan, and you pour it out because it seems like it bubbles up. And
now it's starting to pry up.
Yeah.
But you do this prying it up so that it doesn't, if you didn't do that, it would just stick to the pan pretty
Well,
quick.
I'm always in a hurry to...
Well, I know you're always in a hurry.
I don't think you need to film this.
Okay, about 5 minutes have gone by here. It's starting to cool off.
It's about ready to break up, but we'll leave it here, and I'll just put this underneath it. Another 5 minutes, we can break it up.
Now, do you put that underneath there just to try to keep it so the air gets underneath it and it cools faster?
Yeah, I'm pretty impatient.
No way. All right, I'll turn it off. We'll wait about another 5 minutes, and then it'll be cooled off enough that we'll just put the hammer to it.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's ready, but I have a little hammer. I don't know whether everybody's going to be able to get all the stuff. This was what LL had on his desk. And so it's in what I use. And you just Janice always liked around the edge, so I always gave her the thin around the edge. It's no problem to break it up. You can have it just as fine or and I just hope you have as much fun making it as I've had all these years. Lots of fun, and it doesn't take that long to do. But everybody marvels at it, so maybe they make work out of it. You can make them as small or as big as you want it. They break real easy when it's set. And see how crunchy it's going to be? With all those little holes in it. And you can see in my cans, there's almost a batch in every can, John. There you are. See, that's a lot of candy.
And that's how it's made.
From a cup of peanuts, cup of sugar, half a cup of syrup, and half a cup of water. And then your butter and soda that makes it crunchy. Good luck, and I love y'all.